Hey guys, Blue Kool-Aid back at you here. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I went through the Setchi tools and the cams that Setchi uses, and I seen some stuff that was kind of crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring it to you today. I'm also going to show you the buttons I'm pushing here, so those that don't know how to navigate this site can kind of get an idea. I've done this in the past multiple times. I'm not going to do it real slow today, so if you guys missed something, just pause the video and kind of look at the button I push. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on here. And again, I wasn't going to do a video today, but when I seen this, I just thought, man, I can't really wait on this. I mean, I could have. I don't think it's like, you know, earth-shattering, shocking or nothing, but it's pretty impressive pictures that we're seeing here on Setchi right now. Something else I'm going to clarify before we move forward. The Setchi itself, which I was taught by one of the subs a few videos back, all these cameras are on the same spacecraft or satellite, whatever you want to call it, but they are different cameras, so keep that in mind. They are different cameras, but they're on the same spacecraft. So, you know, if we see stuff on multiple cameras, normally it helps validate that it wasn't a camera flaw or a camera anomaly. Now, you know me, I'm never going to say 100% anything anyway, okay? Because I've been wrong a lot of times and I've been right a lot of times. But I have to keep an open mind, and that's why I won't paint myself into a corner saying that I 100% know something. I don't think it's smart to do that. It's not being chicken or fearful. It's just being knowledgeable enough about yourself to know that you can make a mistake. And, you know, and I show you guys what I do when I make mistakes. I go back and I correct them. And I try to do it the best way I can. I try to be as transparent as I can when I make a mistake. And, you know, that is what it is. So, anyway, the Setchi site, that's where we're at right here. I'm going to just dive into it here. When you guys want to go to these, just look at right here, and it says Core 2. See the little black, I'll change it. You see where the black thing moved? The black button. I'm going to change it back up to Core 2 regular. That's the Core 2, you know, initial view that you'll see. So you click on whatever view you want to see, and then you go down here to the date box, and you change the date. It always goes back to 2012 9/23, I think, but we'll change it to 2018, and the latest images we can see come from the 30th of October. So you enter 10/3, you do the month first, then the date. That's just how this one works. Actually, the year's first, then the month, then the day. So, you know, we've all seen different ways to do that. Different sites do different things. So, anyway, you put that there. And then what you do is you go down here. You can select whatever hour you want to see, start and end, all that. But I just let it do a 24-hour, you know, lapse, time lapse. And then you just hit submit, okay? It says connection not private. I must have did something there. Hit advance, proceed to that. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay. Sometimes that happens. So, anyway, when you look at this one, you're not seeing a whole lot, are you? Okay, now you can look at the timestamp down here, 10:30, okay? One thing I noticed, and this is what caused me to look into this a little bit, this was part of why, but watch the time, okay? I'm going to stop it right about here, and I'm going to toggle through, okay? If you guys want to stop it, you can either push pause or the step button. So if you push step it, you can step it forward each capture, okay? This is what we're looking at right now, okay? That's the timestamp. It's going about a half-hour intervals here, okay? And we're going to get to about 5-something, and then you're going to see it go from like 5-something to 12. So there's 7 hours of data that this particular Core 2A is not showing us. The data's missing. It's not here. They're not letting us see it. Now, I've already looked at some of the other cameras, obviously, or I wouldn't be showing you guys this right now. Some of the other ones are not missing those. So they've done this on purpose. All of them are missing sometime, and they're kind of sporadic, but it's all in the same time frame also. I think that they're trying to hide something that's happened, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in just about 2 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of this Core 2A, and you've seen it, but it missed from right around, let's just say 6 UTC time to 12 UTC time, or 1, whatever you want to call it. It's all universal time, okay? Most of the stuff when I'm talking about on any of the stuff that I do is UTC. It's just easier to go by that so we can all have the same time frame. Anyway, if I want to go to the radio frequency view of the Core 2A, I just change the button I push. See that? Okay. And you go back down here, and the date should be already staying the same. It did. Okay. So then you just go down here and hit submit again. Now this one I'm going to show you is the reason why I did dig deeper. Because I didn't notice that time variance until I seen this one. Okay. Now you're seeing a little flash there, right? You know, if you're just scanning through these, not paying attention to the timestamp, that probably just looks like a little flash. We see flashes all the time, right? Well, this one caught my attention because it flashed in all directions. Okay? Except for, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. For some reason, the light, and I've seen this a lot in this area on all of the cameras, it doesn't seem to flash this direction. Now, I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't pick it up. Now, every once in a while we do see it, but, you know, is the sun having issues enough that it's that much darker right here? I don't know. It's just an observation I've made. I'm just bringing it to you and letting you guys see it. So, that's it. Okay, we'll just toggle through here. Now, there's something else I'm going to talk about real quick while we're here. I'm going to go ahead and okay, now I've noticed this too, guys. I'm not sure if anybody else is seeing this, but right here in this section, especially on the Core 2 data, and it's on the other cameras too, but I'm seeing a lot of blinking, a lot of flashing, and it's brighter right here almost all the time now. You know, I don't see the flashing and stuff all around here unless it's something that isn't normally there. It always flashes down here right now for some reason. Now, there's a whole lot of reasons that could happen. There, you know, the sun could be having issues. I'm not saying it can't. There could be an object close to the sun right there causing that we're just not seeing. Or something else that I thought about is, we talk about this occulter, right? Which is this circle part that covers the sun. So we can even get a picture to see. Is that thing maybe off-center just a little bit, going that direction? Which is allowing just a little bit of this light to come through? I mean, is that, in my mind, that's possible. So I want to bring that to you guys. So, you know, everything we see isn't something like, oh my gosh, the sun's doing this, or oh my gosh, there's something in the sky. Basically what I'm trying to say is sometimes it is a technical thing. Sometimes the cameras have issues. Sometimes, you know, these occulters, they get moved. And those of us that put these videos out, we try to do our best, at least most of us do, to kind of eliminate all those before we even show you any of this stuff. Because, you know, we try to give you the most correct, you know, pictures and observations. So I would not be doing you guys a service if I didn't point that out, that this could be, you know, when we see this flashing down here, this occulter could be moved up that direction a little bit or off center, allowing just a little bit extra light to come out there. But I didn't notice it until, you know, a few months back. So, you know, do I think the occulter's moved up? No, I don't think that I do. I don't hold that opinion, but it is possible. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go forward again. So we're going to go through here, and you're going to see right around 5. And again, here's the timestamp, guys. Just keep your eye on that. Okay, we see a little bit of action going on there. And it seems like the sun's starting to react to something. And then at 5:24, then the next image, I believe. Okay, okay, see, this is where it got strange for me. That's at 5:54. Okay, the next image that we get to see is at 12:24, and it's that right there. Okay, there's 7 hours of stuff in between there that we didn't get to see. Now, are they hiding something, or was this a mistake? Did this one capture just didn't get erased so we couldn't see it and it was a mistake? Or did they show us this on purpose? Those are all valid questions, guys. They really are. Do I have the answer for you there? No, I don't. And I don't think anybody does. Because you just don't. You don't know. All we can do is show you the observations and tell you that something is amiss here, because it just is. You know, something's weird here. Something's wrong here that they're not showing us, or, you know, they're trying to soft disclose stuff, which is what I think they've been doing for years. They're just trying to wean us into something that's coming. Could this be a big cover-up? Yeah, it could. Could this be the biggest cover-up ever? Yeah, it could. I mean, this whole thing, the whole thing we researched could be just what I just said. So I just want to keep that in people's mind, because, you know, sometimes they do let us see stuff that's real. Okay, I think this is real. You know? So now they're not letting us see the other stuff. So are they just trying to walk us into something? Anyway, from 5, we'll reverse it again. 5:54, that's what it looked like. And if you look closer, you can see it stuff starting to react, okay? You can even see, and I noticed this a little while ago, some sort of spherical, half spherical shape right there. You know, I don't know. But then you see all this stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff here you can sit here and speculate all day long, okay? Within the next image that they let us see is that, okay? So when I seen that, I was like, man, I gotta do some more digging here and see what I can see. So what I did was I went to the next Core 2 image. I mean, this is what I do. I go through all these every day. So I hit submit. Okay, and this is what I get. All right. Now, what causes that? Now, what I'm going to show you here is, again, guys, timestamp. It's important, okay? Because all these cams are malfunctioning or seeing stuff at the same time, or roughly the same time. So I'm going to step it forward. There's 5:28. Now look, right here, remember I said down here, you see this light poking out right there? I'll reverse it so you guys can see what it looked like to capture before. See, it's nothing's there. And then the next capture, there. Okay, now watch. Boom. Do I know what that is? I have no idea. I don't. You know, is something interacting with this camera? Did light flood the camera? Is it messing up? What have you? Because we've only looked at the Core 2 so far. Okay, this is where my mind's going when I'm looking at this stuff. Okay, keep in mind the timestamp, 6:58. Now see, that's inside what we could see on that other one, which is odd to me too, because this is the Core 2. All the Core 2 should be missing the same amount of time, and they're not. That's 6:58, 7:28, and you can see this stuff moving, okay? 7:58, then it goes to 8:28, and that big bright flash is gone, but look here. Why is it dark up there? Plus, we now have a little bit of light sticking out of the occulter right there. You guys see that right there? Okay, and it's dark all up in here. So, and that's at 828. We'll step forward. This letting us see a whole lot more data here than that other one did. And I don't know why. This is why it's really strange to me. This is 858. Okay, that's 928. And it's, I mean, it's jumping around all kinds of different times. Then it goes to 10 something and back to normal. Okay, it's not no longer dark up in here. None of that. Okay, we do see it, the light kind of sticking out right there. So we're going to keep going through here, guys. And again, there's nothing else to show on this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow this down and let it run for you a couple times so you guys get a good picture of what's going on. But, oh yeah, let me pause this. If you guys want to slow the time lapse down, you hit slower, and the speed's over here. You see that right there? You can enter a number there if you want, but the lower the number, the slower it goes. Okay, just so everybody knows, those that don't know how to do this tool yet. And I'm sorry to those guys that already do know this, but I think it's important to go over this once in a while so everybody can have the same chance of seeing stuff and help out. Okay, so I'm gonna let it play. I mean, look at that. Okay, I mean, it does it twice. And I'll show you what I mean. Once, back normal, again. You see that? And in between there, it went dark at the top. So we'll slow it down just a little bit more, and then I'll pause it. Okay, see how it went dark at the top there? Alright, now, like I said, I don't know what's causing this. Especially at this point. I'm just walking you through what I did to come to the conclusion that I've come to. So, I'm back out of there. Next thing I'm going to do right away is go to another camera, okay? And this is the HI1. I usually start off with the SREM view because it's the black and white one, and you can see a lot of stuff on that one usually because of the contrasting colors. But again, just to see those that don't know how, just hit this HI1 button. See, I'll move it to that one, and then back to that one's what I want to see. Now, when you look at the thumbnail, we normally don't see this stuff in a thumbnail. So if you come across a thumbnail that's that bright right there on this HI1 red view, you better go look at it because a lot of times it's something to see. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Hit submit. Okay, this is on the 30th again. The date stays the same unless you change it. Okay, obviously, guys, you're seeing it. It's just not right. Okay, so this is basically confirming that it's not just on one camera. And also, it's the same time frame. Okay, so there's 5:29 right here. Okay, 6:27, nothing yet. All right, next one, boom. Okay, what is that? That is at 6:57. Again, different camera, same spacecraft, different camera. Now, this caught my attention too, right up in here. I don't know what this is. This is kind of out there on its own. So that really drew my attention. It drew my attention actually pretty big time. But anyway, something else I want to show you guys too right here. Look, it says Mercury is right there, right? Okay, and Mercury is hanging around the sun obviously all the time, but it's actually in view of this satellite, and it's in view of the LASCO also, the SOHO stuff. I believe it could be Venus over there. I guess I've seen a bunch of different reports on that. I've had some subs send me some information, but anyway, we'll go on with this. That's Mercury, saying it's Mercury when this thing messed up. Now watch this. What happened? Did Mercury cloak out or something? Okay, now hold on. Again, you're seeing this. Okay, and then the whole thing is black, except for up here. Now, this is something else. There's a bee. What's the bee? We've seen the bee on this thing before. It's all over the place, but this is something that that I think, or an 8, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a bee to me. But, yeah, time frame, 8:27. Okay, next picture. Okay, then it goes back to that. bright light, right? Boom, back to this. Okay, this would be what we would call a normal capture from this camera. Okay, and that's at 1027. And then I'm going to go on move here because I want to show you something really interesting. Okay, remember Mercury was up here, right? At least that's what it said. Well, what? Huh? What? Hold on a minute. Back the train up. Why is Mercury there now? Okay. Did it time warp? Go into a wormhole? Go in a different dimension? And then pop out right here? Back on our third dimension? I don't know. You know, is it a camera? Is it something the camera did all funky? Don't know. But to me, that's odd. Okay? You know, it just shouldn't do that. And again, you look at the time frame, and this one here usually gives us about half hour or hour intervals, and this thing is all over the place. I mean, it was showing us half hour, 1 hour intervals, 1.5 hour intervals. I mean, it was just being crazy here. Something else in the video I showed you yesterday on the SREM view, and I'll show you again today. These things are still here, guys. Okay. Now I do know that they're corresponding with these objects right here. But why are these things standing still? And I showed you yesterday they actually went retrograde back the other direction. I don't know what this is. It could be a technical thing with the camera again, like I said. But I've never been told what these are, or I've never seen in any kind of, you know, paper what's actually happening here. If it's a camera issue or if it's actually something we need to be looking at. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and step it forward some more. I'll go ahead and play this and slow it down so you guys can see kind of like what I was seeing. Okay. Alright, and yes, I did notice that it looked like it was almost moving in a circular pattern counterclockwise. But watch this, it doesn't always do that. Watch what it does. Okay. It's getting ready to happen again. So here it goes. Right about now. See, it's kind of moving clockwise, but then it goes back down and moves clockwise. I don't know what's going on here. So, anyway, so obviously, at this point, yes, I'm going to look at every camera that it has. So, I mean, because that's just something we don't normally see. We've seen stuff like that before, but usually it's something to look at because it is what it is. Now, this one is kind of shocking a little bit. I mean, it just really... And I did notice a couple different things here that I want to point out. First thing I'm going to point out, I'm going to go ahead and reverse it. Okay. Now, this is part of what's making me think this is not a camera thing. Okay. This thing shoots across the shot here. Okay. Now, that thing could be close to the sun. It could be close to this satellite. We don't know where it's at in space. We just simply cannot know that. We can speculate. But I find it very, very strange that this is the capture and it's at... Again, we're inside that time frame again. It's at 6:27 UTC. Okay? Now... That's there, right? Okay, we see these things shooting across here all the time, but what's odd is normally we see at least more than one at one time in each capture. This is by itself. Okay, this could be a comet, it could be a meteor type of thing, it could be whatever. And does it mean it's going to cause damage or cause anything to the earth? Absolutely not. Okay, what I'm saying is this is kind of tied into what I'm getting ready to show you, and that's that. And then the next one. Oops, got it going the wrong way. Okay. Boom. Very next shot. Alright. So, you can even see kind of the trail behind it here is still kind of hanging around. Whatever that is. Okay. Now, I'll step it forward to the next one. Obviously, you see that. So, I mean, this is not a normal capture. Okay. And then, this one jumped a big amount of time too. Oh, if you guys want to reverse the picture, you just hit the reverse button here. And you can actually do a reverse time lapse if you want. You just got to hit play. But if you say you went too far, you just hit reverse and hit the step button, and it'll take you back. Okay. Now we can't see a timestamp there because of the color, so we'll go back to the next one. That's at 10:27, and then 12:48. Okay. So what I'm saying is, and if you look, look over here next to where the sun is on the left side. Okay, you see it do another little flash thing. Okay, you see that? That is at 19. So it did something else there too. There's a little flash happening going on there. So I'm gonna hit play again. Now here's those things I was showing yesterday. Okay. These dark spots here are staying in the same position now. They're not moving. So, you know, a day later for them to be in the same spot is very odd to me. I don't know what's causing this. Now, obviously, it looks like there's two objects moving. I showed you in the previous one. But anyway, we're going to the next screen here because this is HI1 still. This is another view of that. And then we see this. Okay. Now, something else I'm going to mention here, and I mentioned it before. When you switch views, they don't have to be in the same time-lapse rotation or sequence. They can still give you half-hour intervals, but maybe they started at 15 on the hour instead of 5 on the hour, if you guys can understand that. So in other words, what I'm saying is you're going to get to see something different when that happens, because it's not the exact same time. It's a different capture. So I'm going to hit play. We're going to watch it. Okay, obviously it did that. Okay, and then we see that. Now when it gets back, almost. Now look at that. Okay, that is all kinds of odd to me. And why I say that is, if this is like a dark area or whatever's causing this dark area, I don't understand why it don't go on out. Okay, to me, it should. If something's blocking the light from the sun right here, causing this big circle right here in the middle, it should extend on out, unless there's something over here that has some light also, or not. I don't know. That's just an observation. Okay, we'll step it forward. We'll go ahead and push play again. I'm gonna slow it down. Oops, let's sped it up, because I found something interesting too here, and I'll show you when we get back over to it. Here we go, and here we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna reverse it. Okay, you guys see where I'm pushing, right? If I want to go forward there, if I want to go back reverse, I hit there. If it says forward, that means you're already going in reverse. If it says reverse, you're going forward. So anyway, I want to reverse it and go back here. Okay, now look guys, this is where it gets odd. There's Mercury again. Wasn't it supposed to be down here? Okay, next capture. Wow, man, Mercury's jumping all over the place. Okay, next capture. It's gone now, it ain't even there. We'll go on, I'll show you here. Let's hit play. Slower. Okay. Well, I'm going in reverse. Sorry, guys. Okay, now look, guys. Mercury's down there again. How's it in 3 different places in a 24-hour time frame? I don't know. Anyway, let's let you see this one more time. Speed it up a little bit. Okay, you guys seeing all this, right? I mean, I don't really have to point out the, you know. So anyway, that's that part. So then, yeah, I'll go to the next camera. I'm gonna speed up here, guys, because I don't want this to be a 5,000 hour video. So I go to the HI2. Again, same spacecraft, different camera. All right, and hit submit. Okay, and it immediately starts doing stuff. Okay, you seeing all that? Okay, one thing I want to point out right here, right now, is this occulter, or whatever they want to call it, that's always there. That looks like an obelisk. And planets react with it when it gets close to it a lot of the time. It says right here Uranus is behind it right now, and Mars is right, you know, here. You guys can read. Anyway, what I'm finding odd, even when this messes up and we see the weird signature, is that occulter stays in the same spot. Okay, you can see the dead and black area right there. It's in that shape. Go to the next one, you can kind of see it even more. Alright, so what that tells me is the camera didn't physically move. I guess it could have. Could have moved a little bit, which is maybe what's going on. I don't know, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it moved because these stars and stuff kind of stay in the same spot. You just see the light kind of move. So there you go to that. Okay, now I'm going to reverse this and point something out. This right here, I'm not sure if this is what's causing the whole thing. I'm thinking that this might be some sort of light source that really moved fast and went, you know, either close to this satellite or even close to the sun. And why I'm saying it's the sun, when I show you another view of this, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But then it moves over to there, then there, you know, and that occulter always stays there, or apparatus, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's actually blocking any kind of sun rays because the sun's over on the left. It's just, they try to say it's just part of the camera. I'm not sure if I buy that. And I've talked about that multiple times. And then it goes dark again, okay guys? I mean, and if you guys just watch the time lapse, it's all over the place too, the timestamp, I mean. So the next thing we do is we go to the HI2 again, but we go to the radio frequency view, SREM view. Okay, here we go. Obviously, immediately it starts doing something. You guys knew it was going to, or I wouldn't be showing it to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow this down and just let it play while I talk. Now, you know, obviously, see, you see in the flash, and then it does it again. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in right here and watch this time lapse. And I'm just going to count it down with you, okay? 2, 4, 6, 10, okay? So it went from 6 to 10. There's 4 hours of stuff we didn't get to see right there. Again, it wasn't 6 hours or 7 hours like the other camera. These are all individual stuff. And that right there just shows and proves it, because that is what it is. Now, are they trying to cherry pick what we see? I think that's part of it, okay? I really do. But obviously, you guys can see that that's not normal, okay? Then I'll show you the other view on the HI2 just to be thorough here. Alright, here we go. And there it is again. You know, same type of thing, but not exactly the same. Okay. Also, if you guys want to know where Earth's at, there it is. Okay, that's Earth. Venus. It says Venus is just, you know, just to the, well, to the left of this. I'm just going to call it left and not directional. But the sun's over here. Okay. Anyway. So then my mind's going, what? What's going on here? I mean, really, I'm puzzled. I don't understand what this could be. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's just an observation. So what I do is, I go to the core 1. Something I'm going to point out here, see where it says, how it says 10/29? Usually you can see the next day ahead, okay? So if it says 29, you can probably see the 30th, which you can on this one. Now you can only see the 30th on the RDIF view. The core 1 regular view is actually a day behind. I don't know why they do that, but it is. We can't see the 30th. We can see the 29th on the regular core 1 view. But this is the Core 1 RDIF, which is obviously the black and white one again. Now, I've said this a lot of times, and I also showed you in 2 videos back where we've seen the object kind of showing up on this big orb with a hole in the middle of it, and then 2 days later it showed up again, but it had moved to the other side. I just want to, bring you guys to remembrance on that. But hit submit here, and if this thing, usually this camera doesn't show a bunch, but this was crazy. Okay, obviously you've seen that, right? I mean, so there's not a whole lot to like question there if something happened. It's just what did happen. That's the question. Okay, so we're gonna look at the timestamp again down here, guys. Okay, that's at 23 right there. Now, when it's gonna switch back over and go to 1 UTC time, or 1:45 UTC. Now you see this. It's just that's pretty much a normal picture on here, and then that is too. Now I did notice over here, guys. I'll zoom in so you guys can see that. I don't know if that is anything. I don't know. I just don't know about that. I'm not sure even where I stand with that one. But timestamp again, 2:05. Okay, we're walking through here like we normally do. And if you look, it's giving us like 15-minute intervals, 15-minute captures. Now you can see this. This was, I see this stuff, like I say, because I look at this a lot. But if you look real close, you can see a darkened area right here. Okay, it's darker than the rest of it. I'll take my lines off of it, and I could put it on a filter, bring the brightness down, but it's really not necessary on this one. It's not really what I'm here to show you tonight. But here we go. Okay, it's 3:25. Here we go. Okay. Oh, and while I'm doing this, guys, I am getting real close to using my computer now. I've been working on it, and we're going to get it going here very, very shortly. Hopefully by this weekend. I hope to do a live show with somebody that I know. I'm not going to say the name yet, but I'm trying to schedule that out. So anyway, we'll go ahead and just wanted to point that out. Okay, now we get at 5:25. Stuff starts getting a little bit more intense here. You can see the more flashes and everything, and then boom, look at that. Okay, it's at 6:57. All right, obviously I think we can all agree that that's not a normal capture. Something else that's very interesting, I want you guys to look at this right here. Okay, now why I'm pointing this out is because I started questioning whether or not this was even an issue. Okay, this is what made me question it, thinking, well, maybe it is a camera stuff, but I don't think it is now because of other stuff I've seen. Okay, so it does this. Remember, watch that up there. Next capture, it moved, right? Okay, so at this point I'm sitting there thinking, well, what the heck is going on? Then it moves again. Then it goes up there. It's like it went in a big circle, right? Now, I'm not sure if this is actually part of the camera. I know that the middle part obviously is the occulter. I've always wondered what this funky looking jagged shape is. It's always there. Okay, is it part of the occulter that kind of got broke and is just kind of sitting there? I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to bring that, and I seen that, and you seen it go in a circle. So at this point, I'm sitting there thinking, well, maybe it is a camera thing, So then I go on. I'm sitting there, like, what? Where do I go now from here? Then it dawns on me. If something happened on the sun or around the sun, let's just go look at the sun instead of looking at the space around it. Okay? So what I did is I started down here on the EUVI imaging. I'm not sure what angstrom that is. Let's see here. It'll tell me here in a minute. It's the EUVIA 304 angstrom. Angstrom's just that's how they measure light. Okay, that's why you get the different colors. So what are we looking for here, right? We're looking for something that's odd. We're looking for the whole sun to react, basically, is what we're looking at, to rule out that it wasn't the sun doing this. Okay? Now, I seen this, and then you see it kind of pulsating, right? Now, what I'm going to show you, oops, I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see it better. But watch this timestamp thing, okay? 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, 6. Okay, then look, see how it went all funky right there? Okay. Back it up some. I'll show you better here. Okay, everything was normal to this point, right? So we'll go back forward. That's 5:46, 5:56. It's showing us 10 minutes, so it looks like. Then 6:33. Why 6:33? Why did it jump? Okay, then 7:03. That's a half hour. That makes sense. 7:30 makes sense. 8:03, half hour makes sense. Okay, 9:03. Okay, 10:03. Then back, it went from 10:33 to 12:06. What is going on in this time frame, guys? They're not letting us see it, is what I'm trying to say. And again, I'm still trying to rule out it's a camera thing at this point. Now, so I go to the next EUVI, okay? 284 angstrom. Okay, just watch it right here. Boom, you see it moving? Something else, and I'm going to pause it. If you look down this way of the sun, it's darker there across the whole way. And then you see it get kind of bright and glowy over here on both sides. What's causing that? This isn't one big gigantic coronal hole right here. Okay? So you guys can see a little bit better there. Did I slow it down yet? Nope. I'm going to push play, and you guys are going to see that this time thing just jumps all over the place. See that? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I mean, what in the world is going on? Right? And again, that wasn't the exact same of the other EUVI. So, I thought, and then it just dawned on me. I'm like, you know, let's go to this one, the RDIF view. This is the only EUVI that has the RDIF, okay, in this angstrom. It's 195 angstrom. This right here is what convinced me it was not a camera thing, at least in my opinion. Okay, just watch. You see that? Okay, I think you guys did, right? So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna slow it down. I'm gonna hit pause. Well, no, I'm gonna hit pause. I want you guys to watch the timestamp. Again, it's all jacked up. Okay, we'll look at the timestamp first. 17, 18, 19. It's supposed to be giving us 15-minute intervals. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12. Yeah, you see that, guys? Now, I will say this too also. Up until like today or yesterday, this thing was missing every day from 0 o'clock UTC to right around 6 o'clock UTC. Every day it wasn't letting us see it. Why is it letting us see in that time frame now? I don't know. So, I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to get us back to over there. I'm going to stop it when it does its thing. So, here we go. And I'm also on coronal holes. When a coronal hole is facing the Earth, it increases solar wind speed, guys. I don't know the science behind why that does that. There's a KP chart we can look at, all that. I'm not going to do this. I think I touched on this in my video yesterday. But when you hear somebody say, well, we have a coronal hole Earth facing, you can expect our solar winds to increase. okay, and our magnetosphere will react a little bit to it depending on how strong it is. But anyway, I'm gonna hit play. Here we go, and I'm gonna show you why I don't think that this is a camera thing. Okay, this is what made me think it's not. Okay, there's a normal picture for this, right guys? That's at 545. Okay, then at 629, you see how it changed? Got a little bit brighter, a little bit more contrast, a little bit more texture. I'll reverse it back so you can get a better look at that. You see it there, and then it goes to that. Then the next capture, guys, is that. So what I'm saying is, in order for it to build to this, instead of just happening like in one frame, sometimes we see this and it's just in one frame. But this actually builds, and plus the time is missing, so that all points to a bunch of foul whatever. So it builds to this big reaction or flash, and this is looking directly at the sun. It's not looking at the stuff coming off of it, okay, or out into space. And I'm going to step forward to the next one. I'll reverse it here for you and let you guys see that again, so you see what I'm talking about, okay. There's normal. There it builds up, and then boom, it shows that. The next picture, you can see the sun rotate a little bit, and it was boom, but it jumped like 2 hours. And then it goes to that, okay. Basically, it's like it quit reacting and starting to reduce, and then back to normal, okay. A camera anomaly would not do that, is what I'm saying. A camera anomaly would just happen. It wouldn't build to that and then actually build back down to a regular capture. That's my logic here. If my logic's flawed, somebody please help me out. I mean, so I don't know what caused this. All I can say is, in my opinion, the sun did something here, okay? That's what we're seeing across everything. This isn't something that's exclusive to one camera. And the fact this right here is actually the best evidence, because it does. Alright? You see that, right? And I'll go back forward. Okay? Builds. Big flash. There's the reaction. And something else I'm going to show you real quick here. See, that's at 6. Look at the timestamp, 6:29. I'll go back forward now. 7:59. Okay, that's an hour and a half, guys. Then 9:29, another hour and a half. And then to 12, another hour and a half. Okay? This thing it's all jacked up. Something happened. Okay? And I don't think they wanted us to see it. Because if the sun reacted like this, okay, and it looked like that, to me that looks like a whole lot of energy, right? If they reacted like that, if it wasn't the sun, it'd have to be close to the satellite. That means that the satellite would be reacting to something. But why is it build up? That's my whole thing here, guys. I mean, I just don't know what else to, I'm just trying to run you guys through how I do what I do. And to me, this is not a camera thing. I've said that 12 times now. I know I have, but in my opinion, it's not. And I was showing you why I have that opinion, okay? That way you guys can kind of understand what I do when I try to bring you guys the information and the observations, because I don't want to show you guys stuff that isn't really valid stuff to be showing. If it's questionable, big time questionable, I usually don't show it. Just letting you guys know that, because I get a lot of stuff, and I see a lot of stuff that I don't even put out there, and I think we all do. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I mean, look at that. Man, for that to do that and what have you, I just don't get it. Something happened. I don't think it had anything to do with the cameras or the satellite. I really think something happened to the sun right here. If anybody has any ideas of what and why, or if I'm just completely back crap crazy, okay, I mean, and that's a possibility. Somebody tell me why. If you're going to tell me I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong and show me why I'm wrong, please. I mean, you know, I get comments in the section, and just like I did in this past one, people basically call me an idiot, and that's fine. But then they attacked another creator. Actually, they were, you know, bashing BP Earthwatch because of the video I just did. And, you know, like I said, I don't take down comments unless it's vulgar or attacking another thing. So just to let you guys know, I haven't deleted that comment yet, but I'm going to, okay? And that's why. I want you guys to know that. I'm not going to block the guy from watching, but any of those kinds of comments, I'm not going to let it go, because it's attacking somebody else and not just me. And on the BP Earthwatch thing, the main point I was trying to bring to you guys, whether or not you like what he says, does, or what have you, we don't have to agree with him on anything, okay? But the fact that they took his freedom of speech or whatever away from him is the issue. Because if they're going to do it to him, they're going to do it to everybody, okay? And anybody can sit here and say that that's not true. I would fight you all the way to the end on that. They will. So, you know, the point of my video yesterday was not to lift up BP, which I do agree with a lot of stuff BP Earthwatch talks about, okay? I don't care about anybody's past. I don't really care, okay? If I see good information, I'm going to try to obtain it. And, you know, whatever the behind-the-scenes stuff is, I don't want to know. I don't. Okay? Because I don't think it's positive to do that. I can make up my own mind by looking at something. He doesn't have to tell me how to think, is basically what I'm saying. But I do agree with BP on a lot of things. So, the reason I did the video, again, I'm going to say it one more time, is because it will happen to all of us eventually if we don't stand up for that kind of thing. And so that was the whole point of that. Anyway, here you go, guys. You know, I hope you guys got something from this video. I wasn't going to do it, like I said, until I seen all this mess. And again, you can go, please go look at it yourself. Make up your own mind. You know, this is just observation stuff that I'm showing you. But I do think with the way that this sun ramped up to this and then ramped back down, I think it lends to the fact that it's probably not a camera thing. Okay? So, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. God bless. Yeshua saves. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.